important and how necessary, in your opinion, emotionally, is it for a child to own their diagnosis?
100%. It's part of them. It's part of their personality. It becomes part of who they are as an individual. And it's going to affect how they perceive the world and how, you know, whatever they choose to share with the world perceives them.
A lot of children hide it.
But that, what, is it a stigma? I mean, it's really about...
Children don't want to seem different. They don't want to be sitting in a classroom and have to like discreetly take a juice or discreetly have their, Dexcom go off. It takes a while.
It will take however long it's going to take.
Mm-hmm.
But as the child gets older,
yes, that's for sure.
The child will come to realize that this isn't going away.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're going to come back, they're going to get past the anger, and then they're going to go back to the anger at you, and once again, if you have a spouse, great. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't matter. Whoever the child's caretaker is going to be the brunt of their emotional feelings. And maybe that emotional feeling could be laughter all the time. Maybe it's something inappropriate, acting out. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you have to be there. Like, you have to be their breastplate, right? Their emotional breastplate.
When is discipline warranted? Because certainly kids can really act out, and they can act out in painful and harmful ways to themselves.
Then there are consequences, right? You set boundaries. You set rules and regulations and say, hey, listen, here's the deal. And you could even get ahead of it and say, you're going to have lots of different feelings. I'm not sure what your particular feelings are going to be, but whatever they are, they're okay. But let me tell you what's not going to be okay is this. And if this happens, then this is the consequence.
Again, being very clear.
Very clear.
What has worked for our family? I tried to, and my husband, we tried to allow Sophia to give her voice, so she felt that her life had some control. And of course, you have your doctor in the beginning to help facilitate this
Mm-hmm.
as well, because there's certain things you just have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually brings me to another question. What do you recommend parents need to have in a good doctor?
Somewhat availability.
Thank you.
Absolute availability, right? As a clinician and as a psychotherapist, right? My clients know that if they send me an email, if they call me, within 12 hours I will get back to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want someone that is going to be responsive, not someone that's going to say, oh, if it's an emergency, call 911, right? Because then that just heightens everybody's anxiety.
I agree. I probably called the Naomi Berry Center when Sophia was diagnosed probably the first month, I think every day.
What's the Naomi Berry Center?
That's in New York City. It's an endocrinology center that specializes in the care and the cure for type 1, and there's phenomenal doctors there. They definitely got back to me very quickly. And I just knew, just knowing that they were calling me back took away the stress and the fear.
Right.
I remember calling my husband. He was like driving home and there's nothing he could do, and I'm freaking out on the other line. It's terrible. So let's talk about that, spouses, and how we can support each other, because it takes a big toll. People have to go back to work. People have their own strengths in terms of managing the diabetes. Any suggestions that you have with couples and how it could change their relationship as a couple, and also how you can support each other?
I think that as parents and as a couple, you have to recognize that you guys are going to take on another persona, right? And it's a persona that you're unfamiliar with. So I think that it's important for couples to realize that their spouse might look different to them in a certain way, or they might be reacting or acting a certain way, because certain people are proactive or reactive or interactive or introverted, right? And once again, it's communication. It's like, hey, listen, our child was just diagnosed with diabetes. I have no idea how this is going to affect me. I have no idea, but I need you to know that if I'm acting a certain way and it's not comfortable for you, then you need to let me know so that I'm aware, because I might not be aware.
Good advice.